And I'm back with some more kitchen cutlery. This is another TwoSun. This one I've spent a couple of weeks with here. This is a Santoku. This is model 526, which it is very much related to the TS503 Chef's knife that I gave a not so great review to. So let's see how this one fares. Yeah, it does have the same steel that the other one did, which is 5CR15. Not exactly the best in the world as far as TwoSun knife steel is concerned. And yep, you can see it's very much the same as the 503. It's got the hammers kind of marks going on there. We do have a layered rosewood handle, and yeah, if I get really up there, you can see this definitely does have grain structure on it and everything, and it's quite grippy because of that. Now this one, also not exactly the thinnest thing behind the edge, but I had much less trouble with it than I did with the chef's knife. It didn't get bound up trying to cut through taller things, cabbage, lettuce, melon, whatnot. It was able to fully follow through on that, so that's nice. Now it does have the black sort of stuff there, but because of how it's uniform and everything on there, I really don't think that's necessarily left from the forging process and something that was added after the fact. I could be wrong on that, but that's kind of what it looks like to me. Next up, the fit and finish on this thing. Not exactly the best. And it's a very, very noticeable transition between the wood and, well, the butt plate or whatever you want to call that, and the bolster up there. Nothing that will end up bothering you while you're trying to use the knife, but something that you might want to keep in mind is that it could possibly harbor some sort of bacteria there or whatnot. Much less of a problem than something that actually has cracks in the handle or something like that, but something to keep in mind nonetheless. And it's just, not exactly perfect, which is what I've gotten from most other TwoSuns. So there's that. As with most knives like this, that I kind of liken to the Zwilling J.A. Henkel's 4-star line or whatnot, or actually with the steel plate on the end, that would be 4-star 2, which I don't even know if they're still making. They might have discontinued that. I don't know, but but yeah, because of that, this is not technically speaking a full tang. It's basically what you would call a rat tang, or possibly a screw tang in this case. I don't know. I haven't tried to remove the butt cap there, but yeah. So it's basically going the full length, or at least very, very close to it. But it's not the full width of the handle, as you would get from a lot of the other knives that I've taken a look at that has those 3 pens going through there, and you can see the steel going through there. That being said, though, I mean the balance is pretty darn good right there, right where I would want to pinch onto it. So that's great. And like I said, with the wood handle, it does offer more grip than the polished G10, which is nice. I really actually do like these handles quite a bit. It's interesting that they're kind of layered and with the different colors there, but these are rosewood. This is a pretty nice wood. I mean, I've had it on most of my guitar necks, or at least fretboards for them. So yeah, and they are layered and pressure treated, so it's almost like a rosewood pocket wood kind of thing going on there. So they're fairly durable, but they're going to be less so than G10, and it's possible that some moisture leaving these has actually kind of changed the fit and finish there, whereas maybe when it was first finished at the factory, these were perfectly great, but it's kind of shrunk due to moisture leaving the handles. So yeah. Evaporation, that's the word that made me pause for a second there. But yeah. Alright, so yeah, I'll just pull on the cutting board here for a second. I'm not necessarily going to cut much, but yeah, you can see this thing does kind of have a tiered shape sort of thing to it. It's almost like from the shoulder down, it's the secondary bevel is convex, and then you have the standard edge under there, which, hey, why not? I'll grab a piece of paper, whatever. Yeah, it's at least decently sharp. It's not absolutely crazy, but I haven't really stropped or taken a steel to this since I'd used it for disassembling quite a bit of stuff. So I would assume that's kind of where that would be, especially with it being 5CR. So yeah, I do like this thing. It's certainly not my favorite Santoku from them, but it's a very nice knife. Unlike the 503, I would have no problems actually handing this to somebody and, you know, having them do decent work and being safe with it. Not, you know, worried about the blade steel really giving out on you or the handle falling apart or anything like that. So, yeah, it's nice if you are really, really dead set on getting a TwoSun that has, or a TwoSun Santoku that has a Rosewood handle rather than G10. This is your only other. This is your only option. But yeah, they do make a little bit better knives out there, like the ones in the like the 933, the 14C28N that has the fluting or the Granton or Kohlenschliff. There's tons of names for it. The little scallops in the blade. But yeah, that's about all I really got to say on this one. It's decent. I like the wood handle, but yep, overall, it's probably not going to steal the Santoku spot on my block. But still, a very worthwhile knife, especially because these are fairly cheap as well. Like I said, they usually sell somewhere in the high 20s to 30s. So yeah, there you go. There's another interesting kitchen cutlery item there for you. And yeah, that's all I got to say. As I've said way too many times now. Sorry about that. But as always, I appreciate y'all for watching, and have yourself a wonderful rest of your day, yo.